today's maths arithmetic lesson. We're going to be recapping some addition, subtraction, short division, long multiplication and fraction. So what I would like you to do is please get out a pen and paper, preferably grid paper like I have here, so that you can write each digit in the square. All right, I'm going to model how to do addition first of all. I'm sure you all remember it, but it's helpful just to refresh your memory. So once you've lined up all of the numbers in the place value column like that, you start in the right hand column. So you would do 4 plus 8, which is 12, and you have to regroup in the tens column. So you put the little 1 there and the 2 there. Then you do 8 plus 9 plus 1, which gives you 18, and finally you do your 3 plus 2 plus 1, which gives you 6. So your total is 682. Always remembering that when you regroup, you add your little number there in the same place every time so that you always remember to add it on. Okay, now let's look at subtraction. So we line them up nicely in the place value column, starting in the right hand side. Can we do 4 minus 9? No, we can't. So what we need to do is regroup, take a 10 from the tens column. So the 9 becomes an 8. So that represents the 9 there represents 90. It's now become 80. And we borrow the 10, which goes into the ones column. So it becomes 14. We can do 14 minus 9, which gives us 5. And then we do 8 minus 3, which gives us 5 again, and 2 minus 2, which is 0. Right, now that I've modeled how to do subtraction and addition, I would like you to please independently do these 4 questions. There's 2 addition and there's 2 subtraction. So please pause this video now, write them down and do them independently. We will go through the answers afterwards, so you can mark them yourself. So when you have done them independently and only then you can mark your answers, and here are the answers. We are together going to go through number 4, and I'm going to model it for you down here. So remember here we have the same issue. We can't do 4 minus 9, so we have to regroup by going into the tens column. So the 8 becomes a 7, and we can add the 1 there to make 14. 14 minus 9 gives us 5. 7 minus 9. We can't do that either, so we have to regroup again. The 7 becomes a 17. We can do 17 minus 9, which gives us 8. And we can do 2 minus 1, which gives us 1. So there is our answer, 185. Okay, now we are going to move to short division. Now, a quick refresher on how to do short division. Instead of starting on the right-hand side, like we do in addition and subtraction, we start on the left. So how many can 3 go into 2? No, it can't. So therefore, we add a 0. But we can do 3 into 24. How many times does 3 go into 24? 8 times. And how many times does 3 go into 9? 3 times. So we add the 3 there, and the answer is 83. Let's try it again. 212 divided by 4. Well, does 4 go into 2? No, it doesn't, so we add a 0. Does 4 go into 21? Yes, 4 goes into 21 5 times. 4 times 5 gives us 20. Remainder 1. So we add the little 1 there, and we know that 4 goes into 12 3 times, so we add the 3 there. All right, now that I've modeled these 2 short divisions for you, I would like you to please do these 2 independently, write them down, and only after you've done them can you check the answers. So there are the answers. I'm going to model the last one for you down here. So 5,658. Well, we know that 6 does not go into 5, so we add the 0 on top, but we know that 6 can go into 56 9 times. 6 times 9 is 54, remainder 2, so the little 2 goes there. How many times does 6 go into 25? Well, we know 6 times 4 is 24 with a remainder of 1. That's why we put the 1 there. And then we know that 6 goes into 18 3 times. Okay, there we go. Now, we've done short division. Let's move on to long multiplication. Okay, this is a new video. Long multiplication. Going to model it for you up there. So 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27, so we put the little 2 there. 2 times 3 is 6. Remembering to add the 2 gives us 8. Now, with long multiplication, we always have to remember to add what in the second row? The placeholder. So, adding the placeholder there, very important. Then we continue. 2 times 3, it gives us 6. 2 times 9 gives us 18. And 2 times 2 is 4. Remembering to add the 1 gives us 5. And then adding everything up, 9 plus 0 is 9. 7 plus 6 is 13. So we regroup there. And 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 gives you 17. And finally, adding up the last column, 1 plus 5 gives you 6. So your total is 6,739. I would like you to please do these long multiplications independently. And only after you've done that can you check your answers. There you go. Okay. Please check your answers honestly. Now let's do the last one together. So we had 4 times 4, which we know gives you 16. 3 times 4 gives you 12, plus 1 gives you 13. 9 times 4 gives you 36, plus 1 gives you 37. And remember to add the placeholder. And 2 times 4 gives you 8. 3 times 2 gives you 6. And 2 times 9 gives you 18. Okay. Now let's add all of this up together. It gives you 6. Gives you 11. Regrouping it. 7 plus 6 gives you 14. You add it all together. And 3 plus 8 gives you 11, but we're regrouping, so adding it all up, and that was your answer. Okay, now moving on to fractions. Okay, so with fractions here, we have to think what the lowest common factor between 5 and 6. We know that when we multiply 5 and 6, we get 30. So I'm going to write 30 there. And we know that, well, 5 times what gives us 30? We know it's 6. So we do the same to the numerator as we do to the denominator. So we do 2 times 6, which gives us 12. Okay, 6 times what gives us 30? It was 5. So we do the same to the numerator. 3 times 5 gives us 15. And then we have to remember to add it all together. So 12 plus 15 gives us 27 over 30. And can we simplify that? Yes. If we divide each by 3, we get 9 and over 10. Okay. Right, now that you have seen me model that, I would like you to please do these 3 fractions independently. Once you have done those, you can check your answers. Remembering that when you have mixed fractions, you multiply these 2 numbers and add that one, and then put it over the denominator. So it would be 1 times 2, which is 3 over 2. And are your answers. Okay, I'm going to model the last one for you. So as I just said, when you have mixed numbers, you have to multiply 2 times 3 gives you 6, plus 1 gives you 7. So it would be 7 over 3. And we do the same here, which would be 10 over 8. Then we multiply these, which gives you 70. And 3 times 8 gives you 24. And thinking, now that is an improper fraction. How many times does 24 go into 70? Actually, before we do that, let's simplify it. So we know that we can divide this by 2 and this by 2. So 70 divided by 2 gives you 35. And 24 divided by 2 gives you 12. Once we've simplified that, we can turn it back into a mixed fraction. So how many times does 12 go into 35? 2 times 24, and the difference between 24 and 35 is 11. So you would get 2 and 11 over 12. So there you go, some morning arithmetic for you. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see your uploads on Seesaw. Bye.